Hello everybody, so today I have an iPod video, or otherwise known as the 5th generation iPod from 2005 that I'll be unboxing and taking a retrospective at alongside its companion, the iPod 5.5, which is a later version of this, so we'll get more into later. But for now we have our iPod video, and on the front, as you can tell, it shows iPod, the Apple logo, and the cover for Feel Good Inc. by Gorillaz. Now on the back it shows, I believe, a YouTube music video, since it was the first iPod to get video, so it was obviously a very advertised feature. And in case you're curious, no, I got this for Christmas. This is not from Elite Obsolete, this is just a regular iPod. This iPod is very famous for being modded into all sorts of different colors. So it just came in black and white. This came in 30 and 60 gigabytes storage capacities. But as you can tell right here, you have your iPod off to this side. But if you open this up, this flap up right here, as you can tell, you get all sorts of goodies in here, which if we just dump all this out, showcase what all we have. As you can tell, we have 2 Apple stickers here, which is really cool, as these are the old school Apple stickers. We have an iPod stand, believe it or not, which you can use, I believe, to reroute this through a cable or something, though I'm not entirely sure how this works, but if you know how this works, please comment that down below because I'm super intrigued. Yes, it's supposedly supposed to sound like a little stand thing that a lot of iPods came with. This is the 1-year limited warranty pamphlet that is definitely long since expired. In fact, it probably expired before I was born. Then right here we have iTunes software disk. I believe this is probably a Windows disk because Mac OS already came with iTunes pre-installed. This right here includes a basic manual, which includes just Apple computer ink, and then you can get all sorts of cool instructions. This is back when Apple made detailed manuals. So now let's put all this stuff back. Still has pretty good adhesive too. This, I believe, would be where the charging cable would be found too. Now that's enough talking about the packaging. Now let's get to this actual iPad. Now this iPod is actually 30 gigabytes, so I don't believe this is the original box for it, but as you can tell, this is in very good condition. And this iPod, believe it or not, when I got it, initially came with over 2,000 songs, but unfortunately I had to reset it because my mother made me, because there was a pornographic video on it. So, and the music seems like it was pirated anyway, because the song titles look a little suspicious. But as you can tell, you can play movies. You could not initially play movies back in 2005 when this iPod released, as they would come later in 2006, but you could get music videos and TV shows. And this iPod was also the first version to come in different colors that were just standard, not like the special U2 edition, as well as there was a special red and black U2 edition of this iPod. This also just had a white and a black variant, which are pretty cool. And the black iPod video was actually featured in the Christmas episode of season 2 of The Office. This is a very nice iPod, and this also offers the ability to view photos. And if you go into extras right here, you get all sorts of stuff like a clock, which you can use to view time. Games, which this is I believe the last iPod class to come with Brick, which is basically kind of like Atari Breakout, but for the iPod, and this is a very fun game. Alright, and you also get Music Quiz Parachute, which is also really fun. You can play these games on the original iPhone too. Yeah, I'm bad at this game. But you can also add your sync your contacts list to this, which I don't believe is supported now. At least with more on iTunes, and this is just a sample. And you could also set a calendar of events on this iPod while you still can. Notes that you can sync over from your computer. And a stopwatch and a screen lock and a basic stopwatch function. This iPod thinks it's 2000 even though it's not. You can also set a screen lock where you can set a combination, so I'll just set it to 1. Now, as you can tell, we'll just lock the iPod. And then settings, which is pretty basic, and then shuffle songs and sleep are also featured on this iPod. This iPod got an update in 2006, which was not a full-fledged generational update, but the biggest feature of the 5.5, with the 5.5s are well known for having really good DACs, which is this iPod's audio output. And so this iPod right here is a 60 GB, and this just has a protective film screen protector on it. But this has the same functions except for if you go into music, and then as you can tell, there is a search function. If we look on the 5th generation iPod, as you can tell, there is no option for a search. So that's really the only difference between the 5th and the 5.5, except for the fact that the 5.5 is a little thicker. And just like the iPod video, the 5.5 is also really well known for being modded. And so I guess that's really it with these iPods. And did you ever own one of these iPods back in the day, or are you still interested? These iPods normally, if you buy a normal used one, they cost around 50 to 60 bucks. Well, if you buy mod ones, they can cost several $100s even. But as always, thank you all for watching this video. I'm the iTunes Fanboy, and as always, peace out.